Greetings, guys. Greetings. Um, greetings. Hey, man, big up everybody who fought so far. Good night, everybody. We're here on a Friday. It's almost a restart Premier League football. It's World Cup qualifying match again. Jamar Gray, man, must who answer the question that could come for us. Let me just finish my introduction. World Cup qualifying football again, guys. We'll have El Salvador tonight. We have Andre Gray to join us tonight as well. But yeah, early thoughts so far about the lineup. Lineup shitty. Yeah, Christian, Tapa in person. I've met him before, but no, I wouldn't say he's a friend of mine, but I've met Tapa before. But yeah, guys, people talking about the lineup. Let's just jump into it quite a few seconds. But so far, guys, interesting lineup. But we could see how it goes. I'm not really upset about the lineup per se. I'm not upset about the lineup, but let me just give you guys the lineup real quickly. So in goal, we have the captain, of course, Andre Blakey. Right, we have Damian Lowe, centre half, Adrian Mariappa, centre half as well, alongside him, Kemara Lawrence at left back, O'Neal Fisher gets a starting berth at right back, Anthony Grant in the defensive midfield position alongside Javon Watson, I'm thinking, to play right there. Top link or attacking midfield, behind the striker, number 10 role, whatever you want to call it, I'm thinking Kemara Roof is going to be there. He wears the number 16 today. Bobby Reid wearing the number 10. He plays in a front three that includes Leon Bailey and Shamar Nicholson. So that's the lineup. 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Kemar Roof another hole. Or you want to go 4-4-1-1, whichever way you want to call it, really and truly. So I would say the wingers are Leon Bailey and Bobby Reid, and Shamar Nicholson playing the lone striker up front. To be honest, not a bad lineup for me. I mean, there's going to be a lot of talk about the midfield positions. Really and truly, I like having Devon Williams in the 11. You see me? But I mean, to be honest, as long as Anthony Grant in there, I definitely like a passer beside him. Devon Williams passed the ball from that position better than anybody else in the current setup that I know of, at least. But I mean, Tapa never pick him, so just have to work with it. Just have to support the team same way. Mariappa at centre half, which means no Liam Moore, and I guess he probably is still recovering from injury. But yeah, everything else I think is pretty straightforward. Liam Bailey starts. First start of the World Cup qualifying campaign. First start for the Reggae Boys since the Gold Cup group stage. So that's exciting as well. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be optimistic about, guys. We'll have a much stronger squad than the last time we set out to play a game. So yeah, no, trust me, guys. Just hold the faith. Alright, just hold the faith. Hold it. As we said, he's keeping chemistry than to introduce Antonio Ravel Morrison. I think that's a good comment from DRW10. Let's see. Hakan Grant would do the same thing. Yeah, remember, it's an away game, Richbrook. It's an away game. And still, it's a team that look like it set out for it, but we still have to be solid in the middle of the park. Let's see. Daniel Jarrett asking for McGee. Yeah, so, but anyway, guys, keep your comments coming. I'm going to bring Andre Gray in here. Hey.
Oh, go on.
Hey, what's going on, Andre?
Yes, man. You good?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. We're just happy to see you.
Always.
Happy to see you. Yeah, when you're not here with the squad, you're not in this part of the world with the squad, but happy to hear from you. Happy to have you involved. Happy to have the fans communicating with you, engaging with you as well. So Happy that you're able to join us. So how's everything so far for you?
Yeah, all good, man. Just chilling at home at the minute. All good. Wish I was over there, but football works sometimes. Injuries and all of that. So
Yeah. It's pretty late over there, isn't it? What time is it?
yeah. 1:10 now. So that's time for me. But
Yeah. So extra thanks again. Big thanks again for joining us. It could be, you could be taking a nap right now ahead of the game. So you get me. So you mentioned the injury, the reason why you're not with the squad. Tell us more about the injury.
Yeah, it was just it's not too bad, to be fair. It's only hopefully a couple of weeks, but obviously the timing of when it happened, it's too soon to come for the national team games. So yeah, I'm just trying to get back fit for next week now or the week after, hopefully.
It's the last. You were playing in the last game before the break, right?
Yeah. Well, we had one more, but it was like we had 2 games in that week, so I did it in the week.
Yeah, I think the squad for us was announced, and then the very next game, you're out injured. So very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So it is. All right, so like I said before, I think it might be the first time that you've been, in front of or engaging with, the Jamaican football fans, and we love our football.
Yeah.
But we don't know much about Andre Gray apart from the video that we saw when you were singing a Mavada song. At the initiation little session, you guys didn't even know you were a DJ, didn't know you were an artist, but so it is. So let's just start with how did you explain your roots to Jamaica, how you qualify for Jamaica, and let's just start there.
Yeah, so obviously my grandparents come over from the Windrush generation into England. So yeah, through my dad and my grandparents on that side.
Okay. All right. Cool. How's your pato, by the way?
It's all right, man.
It's all right.
Nah, look, like if anyone from England and know where I'm from, it's a small city called Wolverhampton, but it's a massive Jamaican community there. It's very, very, very big. So growing up where I grew up, that's all I grew up around. My barber's Jamaican. The food I always ate was Jamaican. It's just that's all I knew. You know what I mean? So I've always had a strong connection with that from young, from when I was born.
Yes, even it's not just family; it's just the community, basically.
Yeah, everything. All my friends, everyone. So
yeah. All right, cool. You mentioned food. What's your favorite Jamaican food?
You know what? Yeah, someone asked me that the other day. I don't even know. I think every day is different. Every day is different.
No, all right, you're a real Jamaican. All right, someone else say a real Jamaican.
Yeah, every day.
I don't know. It's not too many Jamaicans that can outright answer that question.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, you can't answer it. If you answer it, then there's
no. You have to revoke your Jamaica card.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So you pass the test. So you pass the second test. All right. But for real, all right. So again, we'll just continue on a very soft note. So we'll talk about the music. I remember seeing a video. You're in your car and you were singing or you were playing. I don't remember what you were playing. Some old reggae song. Huh? Was Jack here?
Maybe something.
Yeah. I will post it on the page probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This was before even, before you started the passport process.
Yeah.
Everything, right? So talk about the music now. Like, who's your favorite artist? Like, favorite era of Jamaican music? The reggae or dancehall? Yeah, talk to me.
If we're going reggae, I might have to between Berries and Jacure. I think that's more what I remember properly.
Yeah.
Dancehall has to be vibes. Has to be vibes. The vibes is the king in it. I think past and present, it has to be vibes.
So you say Gaza and you pick up Mavada song in the initiation.
Yeah, true. You know what it is, yeah? When you do your initiation song, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like the atmosphere you're in, yeah? Like you need to get everyone on your side, so it makes it easier. It's really nerve-wracking. It's not easy. So I had to think, yeah, of a song where when I say the first two words, everyone's jumping up. Yeah. You know what I mean? I needed the gun fingers. So
Yeah.
the
See,
time, and then I was like, yeah, I got it.
you need a crowd. It's a crowd favorite you're
Yeah,
looking for, basically.
exactly. Obviously, Hackers bigging up the thing from the start. So I'm like, yo, I can't be nothing soft, but like everyone's hyped, everyone's excited, boom. So I thought I need to try and step it up a bit.
Yeah, boy, Haka had trouble, you know, man. Haka had trouble.
It's big trouble.
Haka had trouble. It had to be him. All right, cool. So you spoke about your ties. You spoke about, you know, everything about Jamaicans, the Jamaican people really. Three so I hear about, you know, who your artists, food. All right, cool. Since you've joined the camp, what has the reception been like from all the other guys? You know, the local man, them. You know, what has the reception been like for starters, and how does it feel to be representing the country?
Nah, you know what? My reception just been big love from the start. Just love. You know what? I got nothing bad to say. Obviously, fans, innit? When things are not going well, you're gonna have them on your back. Boom. We're used to it, but you know what? Yeah, when you come from our background, like that's what everything comes with. You do something wrong, I've got my nan on my phone or whatever. Like is how it is, isn't it? So but you know what? It's been good. We've since I've been there, we've had really tough games. I don't think we've had any easy. My first game, obviously, the first game was USA, and then Austria. I mean, who did we play? No,
Then you played USA and Austria.
Yeah, in Austria, yeah, and then Serbia, and then Japan. Like these are tough teams, you know what I mean? Like we're playing really tough games, and then obviously the Gold Cup, everyone's fighting, you know what I mean? And then we get qualifying and back to USA. And they just about beat us, like, you know what I mean? A late goal. So like it's been tough, man. But you know, it's part of football. But in all, I think I've had a good reception, and I've even from the players, and now I've really got on with them, and you know, I think especially after the Gold Cup, like we had a really good bond, and I think we've seen that in the last international game. You know what I mean, like fighting spirit from everyone, and you know what I mean, so.
All right, yeah, because I agree with you. It has really been a very difficult period in terms of games, and especially and a lot of traveling as well. As alongside, you know, before and after each of these games. So to be fair, it has been a very difficult. It's a trial for it's a very testing period for you guys, especially the new guys.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I definitely think so. Once upon a time, we be playing Guyana.
Yeah.
Antigua, Saint Kitts and Nevis. You know what I mean. So, you're definitely right about that. So, but for right now, I think your first game, you played against USA. You set up the goal for Jamal Lowe, I think. You scored against Serbia.
Yeah.
You played in the Gold Cup. You started the Costa Rica game. So I think the team played very well in that game.
Yeah,
just couldn't put the goal in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was me. But, you know, it happens, isn't it?
You say it, you know, Andrea, not me.
No. But you know, as strikers, we have to be honest, innit? And you know, we could have won that game easy, but you know, it happens. Some days it works. So.
Right. So, but you've been a part of, you know, you played a bunch of, you know, quite a few guys. It hasn't been for certain, you know, circumstances that we don't have control over. You know, it hasn't been a consistent group for every single, you know, from the friendlies before the Gold Cup, it hasn't been, you know, too consistent in terms of the setup. One of the very difficult things that we have to deal with is the fact that, chemistry, it's a bunch of new players playing together for the first time. In your experience, you've been playing at the highest level for quite some time. What does it take for us to, reach that level of understanding or chemistry? What have you seen? What is the formula? How do we get to the point where, the gameplay is, a lot smoother, the understanding is there? What do you think needs to happen?
I think yeah, first is trying to keep a core of the team together. So you're gonna have like the 8 or 9 man that are always gonna be there. You know what I mean? Because obviously you got to factor in people are gonna get injured and certain things are gonna happen, and you're not gonna have squad every time. Innit? So obviously the situation we're in and what's happened has been difficult, but I think obviously the first set of games in the qualifiers, obviously we had government issues with UK-based players, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Get anything together, you know what I mean? It's difficult, but then the last games that we had, I think we've seen the connection, you know what I mean? Obviously, we lost to USA, but USA are a really good team. People are forgetting this stuff. They have players playing in the Champions League, and you know what I mean? Like, we're playing a really, 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 really good team. I think people underestimate as to how good they actually are.
And there's a team that's been playing together for quite some time.
And they have their facilities, their infrastructure from the youth team, and you know what I mean. It builds up. They spent money on it. They've got the money to do it. It makes a difference when it comes to small things. Like, they're not beating us 5-6-0. It's 1-0, 2-0. You know what I mean? It's fine margins, and at the highest level, they make a difference. But I think, as you see against Canada and Honduras, the biggest thing was being together as a team and realizing that we're not going to be able to play pretty football and make it look good all the time. As long as everyone on that pitch, who comes on the pitch is going to fight for each other, that is what will make the difference, because that's what everyone's doing in our league now to qualify. Is fighting, because like every team's the same in the world. They're going to have games in the season where they're going to have to fight and play. So I think that's what we did against Canada and Honduras. And then you see then after, as the game goes on and you win the fight, the game starts to flow a bit better, you know what I mean? So then you understand that it's just togetherness, because to do the fight inside, everyone has to be together. And no one can moan, no one can complain. We run harder, we fight harder, we tackle, we defend each other, we protect each other. And that togetherness it makes a difference. You know what I mean? That's where you've seen them last 2 results in the last 2 games, where they come from. It wasn't pretty all the time, but it was the fight. And I think I hope that showed like how much we, you know what I mean, and that we are together fighting for each other. And then obviously after the game, you feel the energy, and you know what I mean, respect in there from each other. You know, you can look at the man next to you and be like, he's gonna fight for me. If I'm playing back, he's gonna defend me. You know what I mean? He's gonna protect the side of it.
So to take us where we're going to, where we'd like to go is Qatar. To take us where we're going to, it really is about, the attitude, basically. The fight, right? That's basically what I'm getting from you so far. It won't be Joga Bonito. It won't be any of that. It's just as it
just don't have time to try and you know what I mean? To try and get together and play, and you know what I mean? We've got 3 days for a game when we all link up. So it's hard to put in place a solid way of playing like that. Sometimes you get up, you have to take the game as it comes.
Yeah, I was actually glad you brought up the you mentioned 3 days. For example, you guys would leave Britain on a Monday, and you have a match probably Thursday, which I think was the case for the USA game last time around. What happens during those 3 or 4 days, because obviously it's not going to be much. It's very hard to get a group of players to gel.
Yeah, not a lot, because we usually get there on the night. Obviously, we can't train that day. Then we'll train the next day, and then the day after that is the day before the game. So you're trying to balance playing, traveling a lot, and you know what I mean. It's a lot to try and get in that short space of time. But obviously, like I said, trying to keep a core group of players, and then building on that as the years go by. You know what I mean. And finding a way of how and getting our identity and how we're going to play. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen within 2 trips away. You know what I mean?
And I think you would have joined the system this year. Have there ever been an opportunity to join the national team prior to this year?
No, because what happened was I found out about 3-4 years ago about wanting to come through maps.
Was at Watford with you?
Yeah. But this was before I was at Watford.
Mm.
So then trying to get that was quite difficult, because I don't think there was really a link between, like a proper link between the English-based players and Jamaica at the time. So trying to get certain things sorted was difficult. And then when it actually did get sorted, I had a lot of issues, because obviously my granddad is deceased now, passed away. So having to get his birth certificate from Jamaica was a long process. It took over 2 years to get my passport. Literally over 2 years to get my passport.
Wow.
And that's really trying. And I don't think that's blame, but documents that you need was really hard. Because back in the day, basically, they used to write the names in pencil, and they didn't care if like, my last name is very distinctive as well. Like, in terms of, if you tell them my last name is Gray, they read it Grey instead of AY.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We know.
Yeah.
A lot of us kids here are victims of that. Trust me.
So I had a big issue with that. So I had to change over here in England and in Jamaica, and the process was crazy. It was crazy. But so it took a long time to get to, you know what I mean, even close to getting it. And then I got it. I think I got it like, actually got my passport like 2 days before the Gold Cup. Like, to leave to go to the Gold Cup. Yeah, it was mad. So it's been a process. So I'd have been playing a long time ago, but unless everything's straightforward, it's difficult.
And I'm glad we kind of explain the situation here. We don't really have to explain to anybody, but there's a lot of talk in Jamaica about why we're only getting these players now, and why people are joining the system so late, and so on and so forth. But as I expected, there's obviously a lot going on behind the scenes as to why not only logistics, or not only desire and not for the want of coming. It's just that there's a lot of documentation involved.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You're basically switching allegiance. So people have to understand that, and I'm very happy that you actually shared what that experience is like.
Yeah.
Right, Andrew? All right, so you join the team. You have some very good players around you. You've played in the English Premier League. Hopefully you will be back in the English Premier League again soon. But what you think about the quality of the team? Like, I think for me and for a lot of Jamaicans, this is quality wise the best team that we've had put together for about 20 years, because a lot of the players are playing in the Belgian First Division, the English Premier League, the English Championship, leagues like that, leagues from some of the best leagues in Europe. So what do you think about the players that you have around you, like in terms of the quality?
Look, everyone that's there now, and I've been there with, can come and play in England if that's what people say is the best league or whatever. Easy. There's no question with that. Like, you look at Blakey, Cabby, you know what I mean? You got players that are more than capable of coming here and playing. I just think it's like anything. You just need the opportunity. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's a process. Again, people don't respect Jamaican, like, they don't respect it. You know what I mean? Obviously, Chippy Leon's obviously gone and done his thing. So I think Leon being a homeborn player is going to open a lot of doors now. And obviously, a lot of the boys play in MLS and in Europe and things, and it's only better for them. And I think it's going to start opening doors. And hopefully now, especially if we can go and qualify for this World Cup, I think people will start looking, because you don't qualify doing it for no reason. I think people just don't pay attention, and I think that's the only issue. People don't.
I agree. Because the quality is there. Was there any player that surprised you, like you're saying, whoa, I knew it was good, but he's bad. Who?
Blakey.
Oh, Andre?
Yeah.
Andre Blake?
I knew he was good, but I like he's really, he's top of the mark.
Yeah.
But then you got players like Maggie, Bowser. They're young. They're still young. I don't think people realize, and I think they just need to be within the right team, and you'll see them go. You know what I mean? Everyone needs coaching in some way, and they need the right coach to believe in and put their trust in. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You'll see them flourish and go. Still...
Yeah, I agree about especially Maggie. I think Maggie gets into the right system. That might be what's hampering him, club wise. But as long as he gets in the right system, he will flourish and he will learn other aspects of the game. Tactical awareness on the pressing and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about him at all, to be honest. Not worried. All right, so performance. You spoke about getting the team together, and you saw what happened. We got some points from Canada. We got some points from Honduras as well. What do you think? Do you think we're far off from achieving that? I wouldn't say our best performance, because I'm pretty sure we'll always improve. But how far are we away from us as fans seeing the national team really put on a show to the level of the the team that is on paper? It's a very good team on paper. How far are we from that?
We're not far at all. But I think I don't think it's about how good we look. I think it's about the result. You know what I mean? We can go out there and play pretty and lose, or we go out there and play ugly and win. The ultimate goal is to qualify for the World Cup. So it doesn't matter how we do it. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can qualify. Maybe we can qualify by the time March comes, the March games. Then maybe you can see us play more free-flowing, confident football, because there's no pressure. You know what I mean? But until then, we need to focus on just getting the points. That's the main thing.
All right. Someone asked a question here. So asking about the English club's attitudes. Yeah. So this is an interesting question. Kind of divert away from what I've been asking so far. But some fan asked, he wants to know, what are the English clubs' attitudes towards their players representing countries in this part of the world, like Jamaica, for example. I don't know if you can comment on that.
I had an interview the other day, and I said I feel like there's a big disconnect and a big, I don't know, I think they hear Jamaica, they know Jamaica, and I think the automatic assumption is holiday. And I think that's across the board. I think everyone's seen what's happening with Granny, and you know what I mean, and the issues people have with. But I've said it already, like, if it is England or if it's Argentina or Brazil, no one has an issue. You know what I mean? Because especially Argentina and Brazil, they're further than us going to Jamaica. They're going there is further.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no issue there, you know what I mean? But for some reason, everyone seems to think we come here, we go back to the yard, and we just sit on the beach and then go and play the game, and then sit back on the beach. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think the only way the perception can change is if, again, we qualify. Because they think like people, they're forgetting like, we're trying to qualify. We're not going to play friendlies. Like we're trying to qualify for the World Cup. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. And unfortunately, at the minute, that's the perception. I think you've seen it in the media a lot, and you know what I mean. People, I don't know, it's crazy, but I think us as players, we just got to stand strong. You know what I mean, and don't let them try and bully us into, you know what I mean, thinking about it differently. You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting take. I didn't even know it was like that. Because I mean, like you said before, they'll be happy to allow the Argentinians and the Argentine players and the Brazilian players, Uruguayans, to go back to South America, and that's more travel time. That's more time on the plane.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've never heard. I don't think I've ever heard. I've been following the Reggae Boys for quite some time. I don't. It's been a while since I've heard of a player get injured while on duty, and that would end up missing their game. So even if let's say we are on vacation, let's say you guys are on vacation, you guys are just doing whatever you want. It's not like you guys are going back there. There's no history of you guys going back to your clubs, carrying an injury or anything like
You
that.
understand that the times we're playing games is international break in England anyway. So some clubs are getting 4 or 5 days off, and boys are going on holiday. You know what I mean, relaxing, whatever, and doing the same thing.
You're right.
What difference is if we was doing that? What's the difference anyway? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But instead, we're going there and we're training every day. Besides the days that we travel.
Yeah.
So
Right.
getting 5 days off, a week off. We're working for 10 days, 11 days. You know what I mean? And we're willing to come back and carry on playing for our clubs. So
Is the English Championship playing still? I don't think the Championship is playing. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So as it pertains to your role on the team or in the squad, now you are one of the more experienced players, and that doesn't take away from your quality on the field. Definitely not. I'm one of those guys who always want to see Andre Gray on the field. All right. How do you relate, or do you try to part advice on the younger players, like the younger strikers like a Shamar Nicholson? You have played probably hundreds of games more than those guys. Do you still try to do you have that type of relationship with them where you try to show them the ropes in terms of how they take the game, how they play the role as a striker, things like that?
yeah, of course, I think mostly more at half time because you can kind of see how the game's going and what they need to do and whatever. So I always try and not too much, but you know what I mean, because everyone's in their games. Me as a player, when I'm in my mode, sort of thing. So taking small amounts in it, but I always try and help bowls there and you know what I mean, because me helping them's that's only me trying to help the team. You know what I mean. So I'm always trying to give advice. You guys are always doing it as well. There's a lot of big characters there that are always, you know what I mean. They're just trying to do the best for the team. We all win at the end of the day.
All right. So, we're not going to keep you too long. I'm going to take a couple of fun questions, if you don't mind, Andre. Of course, I'm going to have to make sure that they're okay. So I'm just going to go through and see if I can cop a few. But before I do that, I just want to, if you don't mind, Andre, let me just do a quick plug. So A76 Stream, we launched our online store website, online store page, guys. So it's a76stream.com/shop. You can get your Reggae Boys apparel there. And it's on our IG. We have an IG shop as well. That's there. So you guys can always find the item on the IG store, and then take it to the website from there. It's a76stream.com/shop. So, some interesting questions in here. Ask Andre how much. Yes, guys, Andre he is injured. He's injured, so you don't have to submit that question. That's why he's not with us. So the first question, Andre, what has the energy been like within the team or within the squad?
Hi. Good. The last trip I was at the first one, but the last one the energy was high. So it's really good. Good vibes.
All right, cool. Should I use Andre in foot champs this week? Kind of question. Yeah. So these people are asking about FIFA. I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, so interesting one. Do you think racism is still a big issue in the game? I think we can all agree that is a yes.
Yep.
We know it's a yes, Andre. We're not full. Yeah, but what do you think? I'll just tweak that question a little bit. There's been a lot of talk about these things continuously happening over and over again. You know, what the powers that be, what needs to happen before we can, stop seeing reports of racial abuse to players, in the online space, things like what needs to happen, what do they need to do?
I just think we're saying the same thing over again. I think obviously the big companies need to manage it, because everything with COVID and everything, there's always a little. Every time you mention COVID, it comes up on the bottom in it, on your story or whatever, of the right information or whatever.
Right.
Shadow ban people that can do all of these things when you're speaking about certain things, but they don't seem to do it about racism. So there's a lot of that and a lot of education. So we could speak about racism all day. So
the same person asked, is there racism within clubs and management more than from the fans?
No. Maybe, but look, when you're in a working environment, you know how people play. So you're not going to see as much within a working environment. You're going to see more from fans. But
right.
There's more from fans than there is from work.
Then within the club. All right. Yeah. Here's another one. Where do you see yourself after retirement? Would you consider coaching?
No, coach is not my thing.
Really?
Yeah, no.
You don't have the patience.
No, I think some people have a passion for it. You know what I mean? I love the game and whatever, but I don't know. Maybe a lot of people I've met and played with I was the same at your age, and then they changed. But at the minute, no. I don't think I got the mental capacity for it, if I'm honest. I think a lot of, I don't know, football's stressful, so going into coaching is even more. That's what I think anyway. But I don't know. Maybe one day Maps is the manager and I can go the system or something. I don't know. But nah, it's not for me really.
All right. That's an interesting one. Someone asked, how's life as a father?
The best thing ever. The best thing that ever happened to me. But the hardest thing as well.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to take one more, and then we're going to ask you about the team that's playing today. I'm going to take one more, ask you one more question from me, and then take it from. I think it should be it from us today. Guys, give me some better questions. Come on, man. Oh, all right. Best player you've played with?
Oy. Richarlison, I think.
Watford. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he came to England, he came to England playing for Watford, right?
Yeah.
And then Roberto Martinez took him to bought him for Everton, I think.
Marcos. Yeah.
Oh, Marco Silva, because Marco Silva was his coach at Watford. Right.
Or
Yes.
or the core is at Everton as well now.
What a player, man.
But
Big fan of the guy. Big fan of the guy. Well, since you mentioned Marco Silva, who's your? No, can't ask that. Can't ask that. Now I'll ask you who your favorite coaches. No, man, can't ask that. You crazy. All right, so let me see if any better question comes through real quickly. You know when you're people, Andre, people asking about when y'all get married and all them something like that. No, can't get into these things, guys. Can't.
I like to keep my things private.
Yeah, like can't do that, guys. All right, so since you guys not doing a good job with these questions. Oh well, there's a question here about what. All right, so I don't think the question is worded properly, so I'm gonna just help out the person. They're asking about the difference playing for England and Jamaica now. You haven't played for England at the senior level, at least.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tweet that question and ask you in terms of the playing surfaces. I think you would have only trained at the National Stadium and that. Yeah, I think you would have only trained at National Stadium. Surface wise, National Stadium surface compared to every other surface you played on. There's a lot of talk about it being a very craptastic surface.
Yeah, look, it ain't the best, but listen, I said it before, I say it again, there's beauty in the show, beauty in the... If we're going to complain about it, what are the other teams going to say about it? I mean, like, you think Canada wanted to come there and enjoy that? You think USA going to want to come there and enjoy that? They're not going to. So we need to...
Just have to make it work for us. That's what I always tell people.
You know what I mean? Because we're not going to... They're the better footballing teams. You know what I mean?
Ball playing team.
Yeah, so it's better to our advantage to go and use that to our advantage, you know what I'm saying?
And Andre, I'm not sure if you would have followed the team that went to the World Cup in '98, but that was one of the things that worked for us.
Yeah.
We never lost a game at home.
Yeah, exactly.
We almost had a 100% win record at home, almost. So people tend to forget those type of things. All right, so Andre, have you seen the lineup?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you? I don't know if you can. I know you don't want to get into coaching, but I want you to kind of take us through what should we expect from the team that is out there. Roof. I'm thinking behind Nicholson, two guys on the flanks.
I think.
How do you expect us to set up or to try to play?
I think a similar type of game. Honduras, in terms of hard work, you know what I mean, doing the ugly things first, and then you've got the likes of Mike and Rav and all them kind of players on the bench that can come on and change the game and influence the game big. So I think it's a clever choice of team in the type of game we're at. To steady the game and then got them kind of players to come on and if needed and making sure it works the same sort of way it did against Honduras. It's going to be a hostile crowd and you know what I mean. So I think it's a good team.
Okay. All right. Cool. So it's set up basically similar to how we had played a Honduras game. You're saying, and being solid. Defensively, hard working, lots of running, and then really to break them. I guess I don't say on the counter attack, but it's really defense first, basically, and make sure we're not beat, especially early in the game. Not concede the first goal. All right, cool. All right, bless you. Normally I'd ask for anytime we have a guest. So we do this before every game. Normally, would ask the guest for a prediction. I'm not going to ask you for a prediction. All right. But for now, I would just say, give us, just for the fans, give us some words, for the fans in Jamaica, just, what to expect or, from you playing for Jamaica. And, and I would like for you to add some encouraging words so that they keep the faith
Yeah, nah,
and continue to support the team.
keep the faith, keep the faith, keep supporting us. You know, keep behind us because especially next week when we're back at the National Stadium, it's going to be a big thing to have everyone there. Some fans there, and look, we're going to need you in it. There's going to be tough times, there's going to be good times, and we just all need to ride the wave together. So, up to everyone and keep supporting.
All right, guys. So I'm going to give Andre a little break because it's very late in England, guys. Very late. So I want to give him a little break. You can go check on his kids, make sure they're asleep because football time now. All right. But yeah, Andre, thank you so much.
Always, man. Don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Respect,
all right. So
one love.
Yeah, once Andre, give thanks. All right. Appreciate you for joining and thing.
Manners, safe.
All right. Look more, boss. Respect. All right. So guys, that was Andre Gray. I have 10 minutes to go before the game starts. 876stream.com/shop is where you can get your Reggae Boys apparel. The jerseys are there. We have some bags there. We'll have some basketball jersey there one I never see before, one I never know existed. If Jamaica win, we're going to see if we can give away some type of coupon, some type of code, some type of discount, something. If Jamaica win, we'll see if we can make something happen because we want everybody, want people to turn up for the Reggae Boys game next week, Tuesday. In them jersey, yes, we ship to the US. Markdown, we ship to the US. So go to the website. You see me? Go to the website, order, select your shipping, and I use that. All right. But the people in Jamaica, we do shipping. We do shipping as well. You see me? Ship overseas. Yes, we ship overseas. We ship anywhere in the world. Right now, we ship anywhere in the world. So get to the website, a76stream.com/shop. IG store is there as well. It will take you to the website as well. Pick your items, order it. Order online. London. We are going London as well. J1 Road. London are worldwide. London not the in the world. I'm a worldwide. Yes, man. Well, yeah, man. Go to the website, order your goods. Reggae Boys fans in Jamaica, order on the jersey ASAP because we need everybody to come out in them colors for the Reggae Boys game on Tuesday. Alright? So, guys, stay tuned for a lot more coming out on the shop as well. And of course, halftime we're back again. Full time we're back again. Where can you watch match? If you're in Jamaica, you watch match on Flow Sports. Some people are mentioning other streaming platforms if you're overseas. Where if you're in the Caribbean, watch on Flow Sports. All right. But yeah, guys. So halftime we're back again, full time. We're gonna see if we win. Hopefully we can. If we get a win, if we not get a win, we might drop something. We might try to do some type of giveaway, something. You see me? But let's see if we can, order up in the jerseys. We need the stadium full Tuesday for the 5,000 people. Yes, Real Alex, Paramount Plus overseas. Can't forget the website then when I'm used for Pirate much. But yeah, man, and the most can't have internet, man. Internet is out on the disposal. Use it up. All right, guys. So, we're gonna cut it right here. So, again, stay tuned to the page. The items are on the because click view shop on the 876 stream page. Click view shop again at the top, middle part. Yes, so, and you see all the items. Click it, it will take you to the website. All right. So, sorry for plug the website about 22 times now. But guys, we're going to take you in the match when you come back at halftime. All right, so link up. All right. Boom, later.